Steph, I don't know if you noticed or heard about it, but during the game, Caitlin got honored as the WNBA Player of the Year in the ESPYs. Just what does it mean to have her impact so far? I mean, there are a lot of really good players in this league, and she got honored as the best player in the league by the ESPYs.
Yeah, I mean, obviously she continues to get new awards, and Caitlin is so fortunate, as well as all these guys, really. I mean, that they don't know anything any different than the WNBA.
Stephanie White is a garbage human being. I am done trying to defend this woman in any way at all. So if you are white, Stephanie White was asked about Caitlin Clark getting WNBA Player of the Year. For those who don't know, she won that award at the ESPYs, and she got WNBA Player of the Year. So Stephanie White, of course, as her coach, is going to be asked about that award. So let's listen.
It looked like Caitlin Clark looked like she got a little hurt towards the end there. Is there any update on her injury?
No update. Just felt a little something in her groin, so we'll get it evaluated and see what happens from there.
Yeah, just kind of to follow up on that, looked like she was kind of grabbing at her right groin area. Is that the concern?
Yeah, if that's the one she was grabbing at. I don't know which one it was, but yeah, I mean, that's it.
Stephanie White, her wonderful, wonderful, wonderful coach, was asked about her winning this award, this honor. What do you think Stephanie White did? Do you think Stephanie White was excited? Do you think she was happy? Do you think she was overjoyed by the fact that her star point guard, nonetheless, while injured, just was finally given a real honor by an organization like ESPN?
I believe it's OHM, Stephanie, UPOS. Are you kidding me with this? This is her head coach, and this is why I said, and I've said this before, y'all, the Fever went old school WNBA. You cannot trust them. They went old school with their front office. They dialed it all the way back, bringing in Kelly, bringing in Amber. Stephanie is the epitome of old school WNBA. This is a woman married to a man, goes into the WNBA, and is now with a woman. Does that not sound? I mean, I never released a video, but I did it. So for those of you that don't know, real quick, when
Style now, would it? I'll let you listen in on what Stephanie White had to say when she was asked about this after they got drop kicked by 21 points. I'll let you hear. You be the judge. So
this brings us to a franchise on the brink of a self-inflicted disaster. The press conference wasn't a slip-up. It was the moment the mask slipped for good. The Indiana Fever has a generational talent and a coach who seems determined to squander it. This isn't about growing pains. It's about a fundamental clash between the future of basketball and a coach clinging desperately to the past. The choice for the Indiana Fever's ownership is now crystal clear. You can either hand the keys to the future to Caitlin Clark, or you can watch your franchise and the millions of fans she brought with her crumble under the weight of one bitter, outdated ego. The fans have already made their choice. Now, it's time for the front office to make theirs.
Welcome to Keep the Vision, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification for your boy. Appreciate all the support we've been getting. Listen, man, this Caitlin Clark versus Stephanie White thing could turn ugly, and it could turn ugly fast, y'all. I have to be straight up with y'all. Stephanie White wants to play the polar opposite way that Caitlin Clark wants to play. The Indiana Fever got a big win yesterday, and it was a tale of two halves. The first half, the Indiana Fever played that Stephanie White style, that grinded out, ugly, puke basketball.
And the fans are not buying it. They are in open revolt. They didn't pay hundreds of dollars for tickets to watch a generational talent be mismanaged by a coach with a fragile ego. The chants of "We want Caitlin" are getting louder. The calls for the front office to choose between their superstar and their stubborn coach are flooding social media. The atmosphere has shifted from hopeful to hostile. The fans see the body language. They hear the passive-aggressive comments, and they are tired of it. They know the team's potential is being held hostage.
Content. So we have Stephanie White addressing Caitlin Clark winning the ESPYs Women Player of the Year award. And you got to understand, Stephanie White, this is very important right here. You can shut down a lot of narratives. You can let the Indiana fan base know you do rock with Caitlin Clark, because as of right now, we don't think you do. You don't want the ball in her hands. You don't talk about her plays. You talk about everybody else except her. Hell, I've seen you talk about Paige Beckers more than Caitlin Clark, and when they played back and forth, and we the ones who won. You have a constant habit of doing this.
You can see this battle of wills play out in every interview. White will talk glowingly about players from 10 years ago. But when Clark's name comes up, she pivots faster than a scared point guard in a double team. It's always about the team, the system, or the veterans who paved the way. Girl, nobody is asking for a history lesson. We're asking why you can't give flowers to the person who literally broke viewership records and pulled this entire league out of obscurity by the laces of her sneakers. She is trying to gaslight the entire fan base into thinking this is all part of some grand strategic plan. But the truth is out.
So Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever fans are having a meltdown about they god Stephanie White that they wanted so bad, man. So I've been seeing the takes, man. So now they want Caitlin Clark to demand a trade, or they want the front office to pick between Caitlin Clark and Stephanie White, man. I'm not gonna say I tried to tell y'all, man, but it's just like, I was trying to tell y'all, man, like, Stephanie White is not this god that y'all was making her out to be, man.
This all points to the deep seething insecurity of the old guard. Stephanie White is the epitome of the old school WNBA, a system that demands rookies earn their spot and respect their elders. She seems fundamentally threatened by a player who didn't just join the league, she took it over. White is acting like a jealous valedictorian who can't believe someone skipped 3 grades and still aced the final exam. She can't stand that she, the coach, has become a supporting character in the Caitlin Clark show. This isn't just about basketball, it's about ego. It's about a coach who can't handle a player being bigger than her playbook, her history, and her pride.
Sabali has dropped out of the 2025 All-Star Game, which is crazy in itself, but she has. Now, she did release a post on Instagram as well. Chloe Peterson said, Satu Sabali, who is on Team Clark, says she will not be playing in the All-Star Game this weekend.
But this isn't just about one verbal slight. This attitude is the reason the team plays what has been generously described as ugly puke basketball. White's coaching philosophy feels like sabotage with a clipboard. She was handed a Ferrari and insists on driving it 20 miles per hour in a school zone. Clark is a generational offensive talent who thrives in a high-paced, free-flowing system. Yet, White has her trapped in a slow, clunky, outdated offense that completely neutralizes her strengths. She has Clark, a player who can shoot from the logo, standing in the corner, waiting for a pass that rarely comes. This isn't a developmental strategy. It's a deliberate attempt to manage a superstar's talent down to a level the coach is comfortable with. It's not about winning, it's about control.
Hi, I'm Stephanie White, head coach of the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark, and I'm a complete clown. I'm a clown. That is what I am as a head coach. I am a clown. I am ruining Caitlin Clark. I have no idea what I'm doing as a coach. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've been sent here on a mission to ruin Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. And I think I'm doing a masterful job because I suck. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I actually have no idea how I got this job in the first place.
Let's set the scene. After a tough loss, a reporter throws Stephanie White the easiest softball question in sports history. Caitlin was just honored as the best player in the league at the ESPYs. What does that mean to have her impact recognized like that? This was a golden opportunity, a chance to praise her star player, to shut down the swirling rumors of a rift, to show leadership. Instead, she fumbled it with a level of passive-aggressive pettiness that was truly breathtaking. She couldn't even bring herself to say Clark's name in a celebratory way. She launched into a rambling, dismissive non-answer about how all these guys are so fortunate. Guys! As if Clark's monumental individual achievement was just some generic participation trophy for the whole team. A real coach would have said, I'm incredibly proud of Caitlin. She's earned every bit of this recognition. She's a special talent, and we're lucky to have her. What White did was a masterclass in shade, a public act of disrespect that confirmed every fan's worst fear.
Try to glaze her But this is the Woman Player of the Year award, and you're the coach. You went out of your way to come to coach her. So I'm expecting you to like really turn up right here and really congratulate Caitlin Clark for going through all that adversity, now the injuries, her getting fouled on a nightly basis, all kinds of things. If you just say all of this, some of the heat will be off you, because it looks to me like you're an agent. It looks to me like you're an agent. You're damn sure about that.
Okay, I'm not saying this out of disrespect, okay? I'm not saying this out of disrespect, but I gotta say it. And I know I'm not the only guy that feels this way. Man, Stephanie White's kind of bad, bro. Check, like, look. I seen her on the press conference the other day. I'm like, she kind of bad. She's kind of bad, but
Caitlin Clark just dropped buckets, broke ankles, and apparently broke her own coach's ego. After Clark was honored with the ESP for WNBA Player of the Year, fans are fuming as her coach, Stephanie White, responded with what can only be described as a full-court press of jealousy. This saga is messier than a half-court buzzer beater gone wrong, and it's the moment the private war between coach and star went public. The drama has fans ready to riot, and it all started with one unbelievable press conference.